Melton. Pauls.
Here.
Palermo.
Here.
Festerson.
Here.
Harding.
Here.
Jerem.
Here.
Mr. President.
Here. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for our invocation today? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, today it's my turn to sort of give kind of like an invocation. Today I thought I would not talk a whole lot about Charlottesville because we know how tragic that was. We know what the circumstances were around it. I'm not going to talk about what the president did or didn't do or anything like that, but I wanted to share with you, I read an article last night from a former, a reformed skinhead. And he's been working to try and get people out of some of these hate groups. And he's part of a group that's been doing this for about 20 years. And one of the things he says, and this is what I want to leave us with today, what people need to understand is that since September 11th, more Americans have been killed on U.S. soil by white supremacists than by any other foreign or domestic group combined by a factor of 2. What we don't talk about is the instances that occur in Charleston, South Carolina, what happened in Oak Creek, Wisconsin, and the Sikh temple and others, as well as Charlottesville. We don't call these people what they actually are, terrorists. Think about that.
An affidavit of publication is on file for the pre-council and city council meeting, and a current copy of the Open Meeting Act is posted in a white binder on the east wall of the legislative chambers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this meeting of the Omaha City Council. The council thanks you for joining us today, and as a courtesy to those in attendance, I would ask you to turn off or mute any of your electronic devices. Madam Clerk.
Item 6, an ordinance to rezone property located at 6503 North 32nd Street from R435 to R4. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing on agenda item number 6 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve item 6. There are no lights. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 6 is approved, 7-0. Item 7, an ordinance to rezone property located at 5921 S Street from DR to R3. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing agenda item number 7 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded to approve item 7. No further lights. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 7 is approved, 7-0. Pursuant to City Council Rule 7E, agenda items 8 through 10 shall be laid over 2 weeks for publication and public hearing. Item 11, an application to consider a Class D liquor license for Jalali Mart LLC, doing business as Valero, 2604 South 13th Street.
Public hearing on agenda item number 11 is today. Proponents, please. You want to come down to the microphone? You're the owner? If you can come down and give us your name and address for the record, please.
Jessica Jalali, 5515 Northwest Radial Avenue.
Thank you. And you're just here to answer any questions we might have? Thank you very much. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard?
Looks like she has her family with her.
Looks like.
Yeah.
Your supporters?
No.
We go everywhere.
Are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
Second.
Motion to approve item 11 has been seconded. There are no lights. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 11 is approved, 7-0.
Good luck.
Item 12, a request to appoint William Hines as manager of Dave & Buster's of Nebraska, Inc., doing business as Dave & Buster's for their Class I liquor license located at 2502 South 133rd Plaza, Suite 111.
Public hearing on agenda item number 12 is today. Proponents, please.
Hi, my name is William Hines. My residence is 11281 Mary Street, Omaha, Nebraska 68164.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Second, roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 12 is approved, 7-0.
Thank you.
Item 13, a request to consider a special designated liquor license for K-Bob Inc., doing business as 415 South 13th Street for an outdoor music festival at the Chamber Courtyard Parking Lot, 1301 Harney Street on September 3rd, 2017, from 5 p.m. to midnight with music until midnight.
Public hearing agenda item number 13 is today. Proponents, please.
My name is Dimitri Fountas, 9235 Madison Street, 68127. I own the 415 for 15
Thank you.
years now.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Mr. Jerem.
Yes, first of all, you've had a successful event in the past, and you do a good job with your security and controlling the crowd, and I noticed you wanted to have the music a little later this year, but
Yeah.
since you've done such a good job in the past, I think it's an event that's pretty popular and should be probably have music until midnight too. So I'm happy to support you, and just keep up the good work. I've never had a complaint.
No, I appreciate it. We only got one complaint really last year, and we turned it down from 11 to 12. But, you know, you can't make everybody happy. But we try to bring something good to Omaha, though, and Des Moines is doing the same event for 15, 16 years now in a row.
Right.
And they get a lot of people down there.
Well, whatever you said, it must have worked, because that
Yeah.
person didn't call me. And
Okay.
so, all right, motion approved.
Thank you.
Moved and seconded to approve item 13. No lights. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 13 is approved, 7-0. Consent agenda. Any member of the City Council may cause any item placed on the consent agenda to be removed. Items removed from the consent agenda shall be taken up by the City Council immediately following the consent agenda in the order in which they were removed, unless otherwise provided by the City Council Rules of Order.
Are we going to take off item 23 and 14?
14.
We're taking off item 14? Are we taking off? 23. And 23. So we're taking off items 14 and 23.
Okay.
The public hearing on agenda items numbers 14 through, where are we at?
17.
14 through 17 were held on August 8th, 2017.
We have an amendment on 14.
We have an amendment on 14.
15, 16, 17.
Second.
Motion to approve 15, 16, and 17. There are no lights. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 15 through 17 are approved, 7-0.
Item number 14, since that's been called up, I'll motion, take a floor amendment to clarify that Lake Cunningham Hills becomes part of City Council District 1, not City Council District 7.
I'll second.
Now this is an increase in your district's geography. I feel like you're Seward marching on Alaska. You're going to geographically increase substantially. Are you ready for that?
Manifest destiny, yes.
Okay.
It's been moved and seconded to approve item 14 from District 7 to District 1. No further lights. Roll call.
And this is just the amendment then?
This is just
Yep.
the amendment,
Okay,
yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls. Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
The amendment is approved, 7-0.
That's amended.
Second.
Roll call.
And just to clarify too, so the amendment was the intention of the administration and in our briefings, and as presented to the neighborhood, it was just a paperwork error that was caught. So that's the nature of the amendment, just so everybody's on the same page.
Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 14 is approved as amended, 7-0.
The public hearing on agenda items numbers 18 through 29 are today. If you wish to address the City Council regarding these items, please come to the microphone, indicate the agenda item number you wish to address, Identify yourself by your name, address, who you represent, and if you are a proponent or an opponent. And my understanding is we're going to take 23 off of the consent? Okay. Are there any proponents? Any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Move 18 to 22 and 24 to 29.
Second.
Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 18 through 29 are approved minus 23, 7-0. Item 23, a resolution to approve the professional services agreement with E&A Consulting Group, Inc. to provide professional services on OPW 53194, being the Street Improvement District 6880 South 164th Street, Poppleton Avenue to Peterson Drive project in the amount of $40,734.
Public hearing on agenda item is, number 23 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Mr. Harding.
Yes, I was contacted by some members of the Street Improvement District. They asked that it be laid a week.
Is that a motion?
Is that a motion?
Yes.
So,
Let me tell you first.
okay. Moved and seconded to lay over item 23 for a week. There are no further lights. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 30, an ordinance to amend Omaha Municipal Code, the Small and Emerging Small Business Program, to modify the program's definition, certification criteria, and enforcement provisions. A is an amendment of the whole. B is communication submitted by Mayor Jane Stothert. C is communication submitted by the Public Works Department.
And we have a D, don't we? We just got.
And D, yep, D is another amendment of the whole.
Okay. I know, just for purposes of keeping things clean or keeping things clear, unless there is, and I know you all just got the document, and I know some of my colleagues on the council like to read it before they vote. So unless we have heard something from the mayor, which I don't think the mayor sent anyone down, so I would entertain a motion, or, no, okay. I'd entertain a motion for a week layover.
Motion to lay over 1 week so that we can review it.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to lay over 1 week. There are no lights. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls. Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 41, an ordinance to acquire property between the Missouri River and Abbott Drive from approximately 9th Street to Lindbergh Drive, as well as property near the area of Avenue G and North 25th Street East to construct the Missouri River Omaha Flood Protection Project Relief Wells Phase 1. Public
Should we
hearing.
read first to pursuant to city council rule? There's no meeting we upon.
Yes, I will backtrack. Pursuant to City Council Rule 7D, the public hearings on agenda items 31 through 40 shall be held on the third reading. Thank you. Item 41, an ordinance to acquire property between the Missouri River and Abbott Drive from approximately 9th Street to Lindbergh Drive, as well as property near the area of Avenue G and North 25th Street East to construct the Missouri River Omaha Flood Protection Project Relief Wells Phase 1.
Public hearing on agenda item number 41 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 42, an ordinance to acquire property near 48th and McKinley Streets for the purpose of constructing the Mill Creek Channel Improvements Project.
Public hearing on agenda item number 42 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 43, an ordinance approving a real estate purchase agreement with Imelda Vasquez, 4410 South 16th Street, Omaha, Nebraska, 68107, to convey the property located at 4420 South 16th Street in the amount of $2,257.04.
Public hearing on agenda item number 43 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 44, an ordinance approving a redevelopment and tax increment financing loan agreement with In Common Properties, LLC, to implement the Hanscom Apartments Tax Increment Financing Redevelopment Project Plan for a project site located at 1029 Park Avenue and 1040 South 29th Street in the amount of $322,986.
Public hearing on agenda item number 44 is today. Proponents, please.
Bridget Hadley, City Planning, here to answer questions you may have.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 45, an ordinance to acquire property located at 2201 and 2301 North 16th Street to implement the Consolidated Submission for Community Planning and Development Programs Fiscal Year 2017 Action Plan and approving the attached agreement with Sandra Brunken, P.O. Box 1001, Frederick, Maryland 21702, and Kathy Turner, 2503 North 16th Street, Apartment 8, Omaha, Nebraska 68110, to acquire the property for the sum of $29,050.
Public hearing on agenda item number 45 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 46, an ordinance to amend an existing Class B flammable liquid storage district known as District Number B-195 at Children's Hospital, 8200 Dodge Street, to increase the total capacity to 25,000 gallons of Class 2 liquid at that site.
Public hearing on agenda item number 46 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 47, an ordinance to approve a contract with the Elkhorn Public Schools for the city to provide one associate school resource officer and a marked police cruiser during the regular 2017-2018 school year.
Public hearing on agenda item number 47 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 48, an ordinance to approve a contract with the Millard Public Schools for the city to provide up to 4 associate school resource officers, 1 canine associate school resource officer, and marked police cruisers during the regular 2017-2018 school year.
Public hearing on agenda item number 48 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 49, an ordinance approving an agreement for fire protection and emergency medical services with the Millard Suburban Fire Protection District Number 1 for a period of 10 years.
Public hearing on agenda item number 49 is today. Proponents, please.
John McCormick, Omaha Fire Assistant Chief, here to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 50, an ordinance to approve the Nebraska Crime Commission Fiscal Year 2016 Stop Violence Against Women Grant Award in the amount of $233,195 during the project period of July 1, 2017 to June 30th, 2018.
Public hearing on agenda item number 50 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 51, an ordinance to amend Chapter 6 of the Omaha Municipal Code pertaining to animals to change the definition of kennel, reduce the number of free of charge removal of trapped non-domestic animals, allow the Nebraska Humane Society to cite animal owners who fail to comply with the requirements of the 10-day rabies quarantine, make it unlawful to knowingly or negligently allow livestock to run loose in the city, to modify the number and size restrictions of mini pigs, to clarify spay and neuter requirements, and to delete vaccination requirements.
Public hearing on agenda item number 51 is today. Proponents, please.
Kelly Brown with the Nebraska Humane Society. I'm the Director of Field Operations, 8929 Fort Street, Omaha, Nebraska. Here to answer any questions.
Thank you.
Also, Emily Burbach, DVM, 8929 Fort Street. I'm one of the shelter veterinarians.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 52, an ordinance to amend Omaha Municipal Code entitled Levy of Assessments, Installment Payments, Interest by lengthening the permissible payment period for special assessments for street, alley, sewer, or sidewalk improvement districts.
Public hearing on agenda item number 52 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 53, a special ordinance levying a special tax assessment for condemned buildings or structures on certain lots in the city of Omaha, group number 2017.
Public hearing on agenda item number 53 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Pursuant to City Council Rule 7C, the public hearings on agenda items 54 through 56 shall be held on the second reading.
Motion.
Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls. Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding. Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Meeting adjourned at 2:19.